Well, today's story experiment number 2, and I'm calling it Weird Story Hunt. If you remember from our last time, story experiment number 1, we looked at a definition, the Merriam-Webster definition, which said that a story is an incident, something that's happened. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look for the weirdest story that we can find. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pause this in a moment, and we're going to rip around wherever we are. If we're at school, if we're outside, I think we can even find it. And we're going to try and find the weirdest story that we can. So you ready for this? This is Weird Story Hunt. Story experiment number 2. Are you ready? Here we go. So here's one I found. It's got spelling mistakes in it, and but I think it's a story, don't you think? Feels like it. Okay, here's another one. I'm looking at this one. Has something is an incident occurred here? Is this a story? I don't think so. No, this is definitely not a story. What about this? Has something occurred here? I actually think this is a story. This is a story of things that I bought at the grocery store. So I think this is truly a story. What about this? This is coupons. And you know what? I would say the missing coupon suggests a story because it sort of suggests that someone used the coupon, which is a story. But the coupons themselves, no, they're not stories, I don't think. They're invitations to create stories, but they're not stories. What about this? Yeah, sorry, tricked you. This is math. But I often wonder, like you look at that first one, 12 plus 4 equals 16. Is that an incident? Did something occur there? Or 20 divided by 5 equals 4? Is that an incident? In other words, are these stories? Tiny, tiny stories. Don't know, but I wonder. Look at this one. Definitely a story. Thank you for the soup. It was actually quite delicious. And look at this. Some of you might not know what this is. This is as you can see at the top, it's a bill. This is a grown-up story, and I think it's got story, right? There's some electricity use at a glance. That's a story in a graph. Here's what we owe. So there's some story elements definitely in this. There's some parts that aren't story in this as well. You know, like their hours of operation isn't a story, or the questions and the phone number are not stories. But there's story pieces in this bill. And of course, a very classic story. Obviously, this is a story. You see my slippers at the bottom of the screen there? Nice, eh? Yeah, they're warm. And today's actually kind of cool. So they're nice to have on. Anyway, what was the weirdest story you found?
What's the weirdest stories of the ones that I've found?
I hope you found some weird stories. Here's what I'd like you to do. Take the stories that you found, find somebody who you think you could maybe trick, and see if they think your stories are stories or not. Turn it into kind of a quiz if you can. Anyway, that's story experiment number 2. Hope you had fun.